So Julio, you've written a lot about Puerto Rico, and now that Biden's ascended, what's changed? What's the same? What's going on?
So I think the biggest change was the fact that Biden has been able to move more relief aid to Puerto Rico that's been kind of been held since Hurricane Maria. I mean, Donald Trump was notorious for playing Puerto Rico like a puppet or like a punching bag, and that's kind of gone away. But the reality is not much is changing. I mean, you still have the Promesa board, which people tend to forget that Barack Obama signed that. So it's definitely a Biden Obama policy. You still have things like the Jones Act that I don't think are going to be changing. Monopoly on export imports to Puerto Rico, and so I think it's business as usual. In Puerto Rico, and colonialism is bipartisan in a lot of ways.
Fair. So how much are we talking about in terms of relief aid? And this far after the hurricane, like what kind of things would it be put to use for? Like how do you even distribute something like that?
It's housing. It's in the billions. There's still blue tarps in Puerto Rico, and it's 2021. If you think about it, Hurricane Maria will be its 4th-year anniversary in September this year. So there's still a lot of things in terms of economic recovery, disaster relief, infrastructure. A lot of the things that quote unquote President Trump was delivering to Puerto Rico weren't really happening. And I mean, I think the one thing is it's good that you have someone like Biden who's starting to pay attention to Puerto Rico in a lot of ways. But again, I don't see a lot of like bold agenda items coming out of the Biden administration regarding what I think are things that Puerto Ricans are talking about. Canceling the debt, really getting people, jobs, Medicaid, all those things are really important, and things are moving in the right direction. Don't get me started about the status question. I don't think anything's going to be happening in Puerto Rico. We're not going to be talking about statehood in Puerto Rico, at least during the next 4 years.
Well, even as a small measure, do you anticipate Air Force One touching down there anytime soon?
I doubt it. I mean, sadly, unless it's like a natural disaster. I mean, I'm sorry to be cynical, but I don't.
You've been down this road before.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a campaign. I mean, Obama went down there in 2012, I believe, and got a lot of money for his campaign. So unless Biden is already thinking about running in 2024, I don't see him coming down there at all.